I never expected that I would be having an heart attack at such a young age. I had a what you call a fight with the doctor stating that it cannot be a heart attack. Your ECG machine has given a wrong diagnosis.
You're listening to the Quint's podcast. When you think of the words heart attack, what do you think? Do you think a loud cry, a hand flying to the chest, legs wobbling, body collapsing dramatically? Do you think junk food, cholesterol, fat? Or do you not think about it at all because you think, well, I'm too young to have a heart attack? But here's the thing, data says you're wrong. Nearly 50% of heart attacks in India occur in those below the age of 50. And Indians, we're prone to getting heart attacks 8 to 10 years earlier than other ethnicities. Hello everyone, I'm Anushka from Quint and on today's podcast, we're talking all about heart attacks in young people. Today I have with me Mr. Abhay Bahl and Mr. Furqan Ahmed, two young, relatively healthy men who experienced heart attacks out of the blue just a few months ago and are here to share their experiences with us. First, I'd like to begin with Mr. Abhay Bahl. Hi, Mr. Bell. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell me a little bit about that day, what you remember of it, and what your experience was like?
I was 39. I was eagerly waiting for my birthday because that is the I like to celebrate my birthday, but I never expected that I would be having an heart attack at such a young age. On 24th of March, early in the morning, I went for cycling as I go on a regular basis. Thereafter, I had some gastric problems who used to be earlier, and all of a sudden while cycling, I started developing a pain in my chest. After getting my ECG done, the doctor diagnosed that it is a very major heart attack. And for me, it was quite shocking because I had a what you call a fight with the doctor stating that it cannot be a heart attack. Your ECG machine would be has given a wrong diagnosis. I had what you call out of three arteries, one artery was permanently 100% blocked. The second artery was around about 90 to 80% blocked, and then all this thing happened, and I had an angioplasty, and I got three stents implanted in my heart. Now the things are like that. I have to take Anushka. I have to take a hell lot of precautions because of all this heart attack. I have become diabetic because of the medicines which I am taking and everything. And the lifestyle of mine has totally changed. Even if I want to have golgappas from outside, I have to think around about 1,000 times should I have it, should I and shouldn't I have it, because at the end it would be affecting my health, and my cholesterol levels would go up and down, which will again incline me towards of having an heart attack again.
Unlike Mr. Bell and anyone else really at the age of 40 having a heart attack, it came as a complete shock to Mr. Ahmed as well.
My experience was really horrible, and it was like touching a death and come back to the life. I was very normal before 27th of Jan. I got heart attack on 27th of Jan around 4:30 p.m. I was with my wife and we were going to her sister's place. We decided to have tea together. Then I got started paining in my arms. I complained to my wife that I am paining in my both the arms. She said she told me that it might be uh, something else. No, I said it's something different. I want you to take me to the hospital. So when I heard doctor was saying this guy is a miracle man. Doctor was talking. I was bit conscious at that time, though I was unconscious. I was listening to them or hearing them. They were saying that he's a miracle child. He survived this. Then I realized that something really major happened to me. I'm just 39 plus. I'm going to be 40 in July, 29th of July. It's become very disturbing when you know that at this young age you got a heart attack and you have family to at your behind. So I was shattered. My life was shattered. I was a bit disturbed when doctor told me it's happened and we don't have answer to some of your questions like why this happened to me, why this happened at this age. Uh, it's a God grace or it's a God gift. I was at the right place at the right time and in the right hand.
We also have with us Dr. Vishal Rastogi, Additional Director Cardiac Sciences at Fortis Escorts Hospital. And I want to ask you, Dr. Rastogi, how frequent are heart attacks in young people, and also why does this happen?
Yeah, so traditionally the incidence increases with age, and age is considered as one of the non-modifiable risk factors of heart problems. As the age increases, the chances of having a heart problem increase. But now we are very frequently seeing heart attacks in those who are very, very young. In fact, in their early 20s or 30s. This is mostly a problem of the new millennium or the new century, as we call it. Most common reason that it is increasing now is the stress and the lifestyle that we are having now, as well as smoking and a few contribution to the genes also. Also, the pollution levels are very high, which can have a contributory effect, and the people are more prone to anxiety disorders. Uh, they're into more of a type A personalities who are uh, ready to go after things without worrying about their food and diet and everything else. So that's the basic problem. The lifestyle has become very sedentary. The emphasis is more on slogging and studying or whatever. In young age, people don't exercise. As they become established in their life, once they have some career, then they think of exercising. But in their initial prime years, they're mostly slogging away, studying or trying to work whatever they were doing, whatever they are trying to achieve in their life. The problem of this is that the young people have a heart attack more frequently as a first presentation. So normally what happens when you have blockages built up in your artery, that can lead to two problems. Either it can have angina. Angina means that you have a chest pain and the heart does not get damaged during that. It is just a cry of heart for lack of oxygen. So as soon as you rest or you start, you stop, the chest pain may go away. This is known as stable angina, and this is more commonly seen in elderly, in which the problem is more stable. While in the young, the usually the first presentation is a heart attack, and heart attack is very very ominous problem in which suddenly there is a plaque rupture in the arteries, one of the areas which was having accumulation of this cholesterol in the arteries that ruptures, and that leads to a clot formation at that particular point, which stops the blood flow to the heart, to that area of the heart which is being supplied by the artery suddenly, and that sudden stoppage will lead to damage of that area of the heart, and usually that is permanent unless until the artery is opened then and there. So the problem is that because the person is young, they don't think that this is they're going to have a heart problem, and they brush it aside thinking that this is a simple acidity or some stomach illness or something else, and they don't seek medical attention till late, and by the time they come to the hospital, the heart is damaged. So this is a very common difference between the heart attack in the young and the heart attack in the elderly, and this is commonly seen in our population as against the western population. In western population, angina is more common, while in our population heart attack is the first presentation.
And, doctor, why do you think this is? Apart from lifestyle choices, could genetic disposition be a factor as well?
There have been multiple studies on this. Indian population who have migrated to the west, even there, they are more prone to have these kind of heart troubles. They have heart trouble at least 10 years younger than their Western counterpart. They have more diffuse blockages in the arteries, and they have very small arteries as against the Western counterpart, which have large arteries and a very focal blockages. So the treatment is also difficult in Indian patients because there is more diffuse and more extensive disease here.
Also, doctor, like you mentioned, a lot of young people might not realize that they have heart diseases or are having heart attacks because they mistake the symptoms for something much less serious like acidity. So, what are some other signs that one should look out for, that one should be careful of?
Right. So the classical description of a heart ailment or angina or heart attack is a retrosternal pain, which is more of a diffuse heaviness or a pressure on the chest. It cannot be pinpointed with a single finger. It may be associated with sweating. It may radiate to the jaws. It may radiate to the left arm or forearm. But more commonly, this is the classic book picture, and we don't see this very frequently. In fact, a lot of patients will just come and say that they have some heaviness in the upper stomach or jaw pain. Some of them may just have, arm pain, and this may not be very typical of the heart trouble. So they would feel that this is as if something is sticking there, and they have not eaten whatever their food they have eaten. It's getting stuck there. So they will drink Digene, they will drink soda, they will drink Limca or something, rather than going to the doctor and getting an ECG done. In fact, once they go to the local physician also, because of their age, young age, the suspicion is not there that they've got a heart disease. And usually people just don't do the ECG and they just do the simple, blood pressure, and they say that, okay, you've got gas, you take pantoprazole or you take acid medication. It gets neglected, and by the time person actually comes to know that this is heart trouble, it's quite late in the course of the disease.
And Dr. Rastogi, lastly, is there anything that can prevent this or at the very least delay it?
Prevention would mean that it's the total lifestyle modification. One has to exercise regularly, which would mean at least 45 minutes of this walk at least 5 days a week, instead of a totally sedentary lifestyle in which you are doing mostly a desk job. A person should stand up in between, take a walk a little bit, try to find out some time for yourself, for just for the sake of exercise, and then change your diet, which means that reduce the form of fatty food as well as carbohydrates, and take more of fibers and proteins and fruits. Also, the other important thing is routine checkups. That because you would not know that your cholesterol are high, you would not know if your blood pressure is high, you would not know that you've got diabetes unless until you get them checked. So these diseases remain present in your body for long duration of time, and you come to know when they have caused some damage to the body. So it is better that you get yourself routinely checked. 20 years of age, just get it done once, and then once in 5 years. And beyond the age of 40 years, you should get it checked once in every year, so that you can catch these problems earlier, and you can avoid the complications, which means that a serious trouble like a heart attack or a stroke.
Thanks for listening. Log on to the Quint website and check out our other podcasts.